Happening now, police look into a fatal helicopter crash in western Pennsylvania. Chautauqua County Sheriff Joe Gerasi announced his re-election campaign.
And I'm Dakota Hunter in the First Defense Weather Center. Well, it's kind of like a repetitive day. More rain and snow today with below average temperatures, but a turnaround comes our way for the end of the week. I'll talk about how warm it will be coming up.
And our AD Simcoe brings you today's Veterans Corner. Let us hear from you in the new and noteworthy segment. That's News Now for Monday, April 9th, 2018.
Live and on demand from the Chautauqua Audio Works studios in downtown Jamestown. This is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And good Monday to you. Thanks for joining us. I'm Justin Gould. It's 32 degrees. You're looking live at the Lakewood Skycam. A rundown of the stories you need to know is moments away. But first, we turn to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, good Monday, everybody, if there is such thing as a good Monday. And boy, it is still cold out there, and we still have probably a few flakes that we're going to have to go through. But yeah, it's April. Let's go in there and take a look at it. We'll take a look at the radar to kick off this weather segment, and you can see we do have a few light snow showers returning on the radar this afternoon. And again, I think we'll see probably a few more snow showers, probably mixing with rain throughout the afternoon hours. And again, this really isn't all that heavy. That's the good news, but it is snow nevertheless. It's April, my goodness. But you know what? April is just like March. It's a wild card month with our weather, and I think we all know that. So a wintry mix for today. Cloudy breaks in between that wintry mix, but it will still be cold. Temperature range will range between basically below average. We should be around 51 this time of the year. We're not going to be anywhere near that. We'll probably top out probably around 38 or 39. So yeah, just another cold day, and the winds will be light and variable. That's the good news. We won't have a pretty strong wind out there for today. So more rain and snow today, but a big turnaround comes away for the end of the week. It's a bit debatable how warm we'll get, but I'll give you the current thinkings in just a few minutes.
All right, Dakota, looking forward to it. Thank you. A helicopter crash on Sunday claimed the lives of 2 passengers on board. Our news partners Erie News Now reports the helicopter went down around 5:15 p.m. in a remote wooded area off of East Valley Road in Smethsport. The chopper was reportedly doing repair work to power lines when it went down. The pilot suffered fractures and was flown by Stat Medevac to an area hospital. And Chautauqua County Sheriff Joseph Gerasi announced on Sunday he will seek re-election this fall. Gerasi will take on former Chautauqua County Sheriff's Lieutenant Republican candidate James Quattrone, who announced his candidacy last month. The sheriff noted many accomplishments, including the county's EMT program, where deputies are trained as emergency medical technicians and respond to medical calls with volunteer fire departments. Now, during Gerasi's time in office, he upgraded the county's radio system to improve communication between emergency service agencies. The sheriff is scheduled to appear on this program Wednesday, April 18th, where he will discuss his campaign, accomplishments of the office, and challenges he currently faces. Gerasi will also take questions from you. And 2 Jamestown residents are facing charges after fighting each other in front of a 2-year-old child. Jamestown police responded to a report of an unwanted person at a Falconer Street residence Sunday afternoon. When cops got out, they found 23-year-old Teal D. Domenico and 20-year-old Caitlin D. Domenico engaged in a physical fight in front of a 2-year-old. Both were arrested and taken to city jail and face endangering the welfare of a child charges. Teal D. Domenico faces an additional charge of criminal obstruction of breathing and blood circulation. And in a separate incident, another Jamestown man is facing charges after police say he threw a kitchen chair at a woman holding an infant. Police responded to a Benson Street house Sunday night and found 18-year-old Zachary Ettis engaged in a physical domestic dispute. Ettis was taken into custody and transported to city jail. The Southern Tier Express hockey team is mourning this week following a bus accident that killed 15 members of a Canadian junior hockey team. Police in Saskatchewan say 15 members of the Humboldt Broncos Junior Hockey Club were killed when a tractor-trailer struck their team bus that was bound for a playoff game. The Express's general manager told us that although they are halfway across North America, this still hits close to home, as every hockey community around the world is tight-knit. Now, the bus carried 29 people, including players whose ages range from 16 to 21. The team was headed to a playoff game before the crash near the town of Tinsdale. Officials say the truck driver was not hurt. And the Jamestown Jackals unleashed an array of offensive firepower on the Chautauqua Hurricanes in a decisive two-game sweep of their Northeast Divisional Championship Series, winning the match 115 to 105. The Jackals, meanwhile, secured a spot in the NABL Championships, which will be held in San Antonio, Texas this July. The team received 28 points apiece out of Lerter Alford and Michael Davenport, and 14 points apiece from Damon Harris and Brandon McClusker.
They've worked so hard for 3 months. We've been so close the last 2 years and couldn't get quite past that first playoff win. Now we got 3 wins in a row in the playoffs, going on to the championship in San Antonio in July. I'm so excited for the boys. We're going to keep them busy the next couple months, on and off, maybe playing some games here and there to keep the wind in their lungs.
Now, this is the Jackals' first title since arriving in Jamestown. Good for them. Coming up on the other side, we're hearing from you. Let us know what you think about these stories and more in our new and noteworthy segment right after this.
Where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
Everything's made fresh here. We love to be outside, and it's nice inside if it's raining, so we have a choice.
Locals and non-locals agree that the Main Landing is quickly becoming a destination.
It's just so casual, and just the food is amazing.
I love the hamburgers.
But I really like the tuna I had.
The Main Landing Restaurant. Excellent service, awesome food, and a beautiful view.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
And welcome back to News Now. It's now time to hear from you in our new and noteworthy segment. Ryan, for some reason on Mondays, has the hardest time coming into the studio.
This is every day. Am I cool with the
you're
show?
good.
Shouldn't we do this like 30 minutes before the show?
Yeah, that's why I come in here at 11:30 and get ready.
This is complete rookie stuff on my part. Like, this is
okay.
stuff that you would do if you were in, like, say, somebody's class at JCC. Okay, I'll
You
stop.
work hard.
I do.
We forgive you for fumbling with
I just finished an excellent story, and I think excellent from the standpoint of not beating my own horn or being narcissistic, but excellent from the standpoint of information gathering and disseminating to the community. George Barillo is pissed that the state mandate for a big project like the South Main Street Bridge is $250,000. He'd like to see that increase because more local companies would actually take hold of big projects like that. Could you imagine how many crew members would be at the South Main Street Bridge? Like, say, if a local company was on it, we'd put...
Right, that's local jobs compared to what it is now. It's, out of Buffalo?
I don't know. West Seneca.
West
And they're
Seneca?
rude.
Okay.
They're rude too. Union Construction, very rude. I asked for an on-camera interview to educate the community about detours and time of the project. And of course, nobody wants to be nobody wants to be up front when they're taking public money, but they want to take the money and they finish a project whenever the hell they want to finish it.
It's interesting, like, you know, we went to the Harbor Hotel, right, a while back, and we were trying to talk to the foreman about the project.
That didn't work out well,
No,
did it?
and he explained to us that he can't speak to the media. We have to go through their parent
That
company.
must suck.
And it kind of sounds, right, it kind of sounds like that's almost the same thing out of this West Seneca Corp. I mean, if they can't talk to you, so you obviously go to George Borrello, who is more than willing to talk to us.
So you say, well, state mandates, $250,000 is way over my head. But it's actually not, because let me break it down to like very human qualities here. Say a server at Friendly's is supporting her children with that waitressing job, and she depends on big lunches and big tips for money for the kids for the week or just to live, right? So Friendly's is totally screwed off right now because it's
Right, it's
you
more
can't
difficult to
enter.
get there.
Yeah,
Right.
and why wouldn't I just, like, when I see the sign as I'm heading south on Main Street to go into the bridge, why wouldn't I just turn around, go down First Street,
Right.
and like go to Taco Hut or something
Right,
like that? So
right.
suddenly,
Yeah, if you're coming from downtown.
Right,
And if
so-
you're coming from the other way, it works as, you know, it's another catch-22, because it's like if you're coming from, you know, Brooklyn Square and trying to go to Taco Hut, you got to take the detour.
right, so all these mandates and all these liberals that run New York State, and again, I'm not picking sides, this is just fact reporting. All these liberals that run New York State that have all these great ideas that want to save the world and put money in everybody's pocket that doesn't do anything but just sit on their ass, they basically are having a field day with these damn mandates, and that's the point of the article. It's like George Borrello really wants local jobs to come back,
Right.
but his hands are tied, and I'm starting to think that Sam Teresi may have a point. Now, Sam Teresi is most definitely a puppet. He is 20 years in office. He's been
Right, he's
taking,
been there forever.
He's been taking public funds.
Him and Cuomo are tight,
He
right?
can care less about what you think, what you have for dinner tonight, and other things. When's the last time you saw Sam Teresi walking down, well, anywhere? His walking tours are non-existent. You can't get Matt Hanley to answer anything. Nobody wants to be accountable, but everybody says I'm a rogue journalist when I bring these subjects
Doesn't
to the
that
table.
seem like that's just kind of a disguise to try to discredit
It
you?
is, absolutely.
Jesus.
Absolutely. Don't let me go to the tippy top of the Spain building and tell you how I really feel, because I will in a heartbeat. But I digress. So these mandates are really just, they're really just placeholders for liberals to become even more corrupt than they already are. So,
Right.
and again, I'm not talking about Democrats and conservatives as much as I'm talking about thieves and crooks.
Right.
Because the two-party system, Abraham Lincoln said it a long time ago. Yeah, Abe Lincoln said it yesterday. No, he said it a long time ago when he was in office. If you studied American history, he said the two-party system would screw the country.
Right.
He said that we were in trouble with the two-party system.
Can I be a jerk? I don't think it was Abe Lincoln.
Are
I
you
think
sure?
George Washington in his farewell address.
Okay, that's
warned of
right. That's right.
political parties.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Sorry.
right. I was on the right track, though.
You were.
I think
I studied it a lot.
I think Abe
sooner
Lincoln
than-
made reference to
He
it,
did,
though.
because he referenced George Washington's
Correct,
address.
yeah, correct.
In one of, I'm not 100% sure.
Sorry, I
what
wasn't
address he-
alive for the Washington administration
Yeah,
or the Lincoln. No.
Dakota Hunter was there. But
Dakota was.
That's beside the point.
I think Andy was there. Ben was
Yeah,
definitely
Ben the
there.
news hound.
I've been doing weather since the Civil War.
Right. So you saw Abe Lincoln then, right?
So, at what point?
Most definitely.
Here's how does this affect you? Well, I've heard a lot that your vote doesn't matter, our vote
Right.
doesn't matter. It does matter.
does matter.
I'll tell you what. I do not think that Kathy Young is a good representative of New York State. I think she's become too comfortable. I think she needs her feathers ruffled. Everybody swears by her around here.
I do like Kathy Young.
You like Kathy Young because she doesn't ruffle the feathers, and you're cute and she's cute, and you guys exchange glances. That's why you like Kathy Young. I don't like Kathy Young for one simple reason. Last year at a press conference
Cute.
was Kathy Young, we walked up to her and she said, you know, what do you want to ask first? And I said, what the hell does it matter
Right.
what I want to ask
Right.
first? Here's what I want to ask. Why have you been in office so long? Why are you taking your position for granted? And again, here's a woman who promised to bust open the Nayla Hodnick case. We haven't held her feet to the fire on this. So we can't hold people's feet to the fire, but they can take public money all they want. And it's just wrong because you out there are working hard. You may not know if you even have any money for dinner midweek or even today. Why is it right for people that take public funds to run and duck from us? And why do we just sit back and allow it to happen? I'm not blaming you. I'm talking about me and you and him and our producer. Why do we collectively as a community continue to let people screw us that we put in office?
Right.
I just don't understand. I'll never understand that.
Right.
I just won't. I can't. I don't get it, Justin.
Looking at some of the comments, no one's really specifically talking about this issue. If you want to chime in, let us know, and we'll see it in
Why
real time
not,
here.
though?
But you're right. I mean, Paula says she loves watching, and I think like that's the thing. A lot of this discussion almost is, right now, what can we do? Well, I suppose we can get people to run for office, right, for the respective elections, and we can, vote these people out come November.
Why not start showing up at city council meetings?
And just, you go to these meetings, this is how you give input to your representatives. I know Andrew Liuzzo will listen.
Right.
And in fact, I guarantee Vanessa Weinert will listen, Tony Dulce, Marie Karuba, they'll all listen to you if you come and talk at these public comment sessions.
But, I wonder, Mayor Teresi has not held a public announcement about him running, and I don't think he has to quite yet, but that intrigues me that Forte held the event that we reported on a couple of weeks ago. The Friends of Teresi is who hosted it, according to Norm Green, who, when reached by cell phone, he's like, I promise there's no conspiracy theory. I love Norm. As a man, as a professional, I respect him. I think he's a good dude.
So coming up in a bit, our AD Simcoe hosts our Veterans Corner. It's a new segment, and we'll be talking about that after the break. And of course, you see that man right there, Dakota Hunter. He's coming up with a look at our forecast. When will it get warm? Hopefully Dakota has an answer.
Just another manic Monday. I wish it was Friday.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Do news like no one else. Investigations that get results.
There was a bunch of kids over here playing football, and the ball kicked over onto her. She picked it up and took a butcher knife, stabbed it. Cops wouldn't do nothing.
WNY News Now investigates, standing up for you while holding the powerful accountable. If you have a problem, we're here to help. WNY News Now. WNY News Now is sponsored by Chautauqua Audio Works, 3335 South Roberts Road in Fredonia. More than a music store. Call 679-4333. Call now, 679-4333. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. Now, your first defense forecast with Dakota Hunter.
Hey, a happy Monday to you. Welcome back to News Now. Let's kick off the weather segment with the Sky Vision Camera Network. You're looking live at Chautauqua Lake. And boy, the cloud cover is kind of sucked in there right now. It's 31 degrees with a dew point of 18 and an east-northeast wind of 4 miles per hour. On to the graphics, and I want to mention this because I think this is important now. The National Weather Service has recently just issued pretty much their list for the storm spotter training, and we have one coming up here in Jamestown. It's going to be Monday, April 23rd at 7:30. And it's going to be held at the hospital in downtown Jamestown. And all spotter sessions are free to attend. There's no need to sign up, just show up. And of course, storm spotters are very important, and I mentioned before, because you guys are the only way we see what happens down at the ground. Radar looks above the ground. You guys see what happens down at the ground, and it helps us with ground truth. So if you want to help us be better at what we do, come to the Skywarn training session. That's going to be Monday, April 23rd at WCA Hospital at 7:30. Now, I wanted to throw this in here, the NOAA temperature outlook, because now for the past couple weeks I've been telling you how the second leg of April could probably be closer to average. I don't think so anymore. And the Climate Prediction Center actually agrees with that. They have us at a 70% chance for seeing below average temperatures over the next 6 to 14 days. So yes, it is going to be cold still. And yeah, if you're looking for warmer weather, look for May. Live look downtown Jamestown from the HD News Now cam. Not much going on. You can see the flag not really flying too much because there's not much wind out there either. And the current numbers at the airport right now, it's 29 degrees at the Jamestown Airport north of the city. We have a wind chill of around 29 degrees. So all in all, not too bad. Doppler vision out there. You can see a few little light snow showers as we put the live sweep on. Again, nothing really showing up. And I think the radar will probably get just a little bit more active as we go throughout the day. Let's take you through Future Scan here. You can see nothing really showing up on the model. But as we go throughout the afternoon, you can see a few of these snow showers starting to pop in here, and there's a few little green blobs in here as well. So none of the question if you rain and snow showers pretty much throughout the day. And then it looks like that'll probably break apart throughout the nighttime hours. Probably for the nighttime, probably partly to mostly cloudy. And then we'll probably see a chance for a few more rain and snow showers tomorrow. Otherwise, I think just in a bit more of a scattered nature than they will be today. So what's it looking like for tomorrow? Let's take you through the zone forecast, and you'll be able to see here that temperatures at least will come up a little bit. We're going to go upper 30s, maybe a few 40s showing up here pretty much inland. But again, it's still going to be cold with a wintry mix with a west wind. And then as we go farther inland, you can see here temperatures still pretty much upper 30s, maybe a few 40s once you go out way inland. But again, it's still going to be cold. We should be around 51 degrees this time of the year, but we're not going to see that for at least a little while. Let's talk about the future. The next 7 days of your life are coming up, brought to you by Quick Solutions. And 46 will be the average high for Wednesday. And we bring in a few clouds as well, but partial sunshine. Here it comes. Are you ready? Boom. I've got upper 60s in the forecast for Friday. Yes, for Friday and Saturday.
Finally.
However, you might want to enjoy it because it doesn't look like it is going to last.
Okay, you can stop talking now.
Yeah. We'll go to break and we'll be right back.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
It's tax time, so get to Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown for all of your vehicle needs. Service, inspection, vehicle sales, they do it all. For all of your automotive, motorcycle, and ATV service needs, Express Bike and Auto even offers financing. Your true one-stop vehicle shop is Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. They're located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension next to Quick Fill. Express Bike and Auto in Jamestown. Stop looking, start saving today.
Where coverage comes first. You're watching WNY News Now. What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day.
I sat down with the candidate following last night's meeting, an interview you will only see on WNY News Now.
Small, proud, and dedicated community that is shocked, angered, sad.
The old Dunkirk City School building has been remodeled and retrofitted with 21st century technology.
Feel demoralized in a sense by the power structure?
I don't really know. I mean, maybe, but there's just not a lot of information, I guess, to change some things, I suppose.
Chautauqua County Executive George Borrello is in the nation's capital right now, advocating for several water projects in the county.
This ban will ultimately lay down some more snow our way over the next 24 or so hours. Now, zooming the radar out.
WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Welcome back to News Now. The conversation is ultimately up to you. Let us know what you're thinking in the comments down below. But recently, our AD Simcoe sat down with Cindy Reedy of the PFC Dwyer Foundation, talking in today's Veterans Corner.
We committed to having a Veterans Corner each month, And this month we sat down with Cindy Reedy, the director of the PFC Dwyer Chautauqua peer-to-peer program, to find out what was up and coming for veterans in the Chautauqua County region.
Dwyer program, veterans, its official name is PFC Joseph P. Dwyer Veterans Peer-to-Peer Program. And it came through as a grant in the 2012-13 legislative session. I started a wives, girlfriends, partners group right away as soon as we started the other programs because they need support too. And that's someone that supports a cause, and the cause is their partner. And we meet every month, and the girls, I stay out of it. I'm there, but I stay out of their conversations because they have their own little conversations, and it's great. We have, I don't know, anywhere from 5 to 12 probably that come. Our next big event is I Am Battle Comic, which is Jordan Brady's documentary. He is a comedian that went to Iraq and Afghanistan, performed with Hollywood headline comedians and to entertain the troops. And he has 3 videos, and he's going to be coming. So he'll be at the Robert H. Jackson Center. That is April 14th. Starts at 6 o'clock. You know, there's nothing better than have everybody laugh. If you have Facebook, that's an easy way to check us out because we have lots and lots of pictures there too, and it shows all the different events we've done in the last year through pictures, and that's Dwyer Chautauqua, facebook.com/Dwyer Chautauqua. We also have a website. It's dwyerchautauqua.com, and that will have a calendar on it. So you click on calendar and it'll show all the events of the month, and if you open up each of those days, there'll be a longer explanation of what's going on, the address, and other details. But they can always call me at my office. It's 661-8447. My office is in Falconer, and I'm not in my office a lot, but I try to call back as soon as I can, and we chat, and I can give them all the information they like, and they're welcome to come to my office and see what Dwyer's all about.
To find out more and to check out that calendar, visit dwyerchautauqua.com. This is A.D. Simcoe with WNY News Now in your Veterans Corner.
All right, AD, thank you so much. Such an awesome segment, and I know we were talking about bringing veterans on this program to talk about what the Dwyer Foundation is doing, maybe like a once-a-month thing. I think that'd be awesome. I know, just working with AD and his newshound Ben is incredible because just, you almost don't, as a non-veteran, right? Like the closest thing I had to someone in my family who served was my grandfather on my father's side, who's since passed away. But it's just incredible to hear AD's story, right? Hear what he's hear what he's gone through, and then also how he's sort of bounced back, and now it's almost like life 2.0 for him. Which is, number one, for us, so humbling to have, in my opinion, because you give someone a second chance, so to speak, and you a revival, and I'm grateful, and out of everybody we have here, not including Mr. Hunter, AD is one of the hardest working people that is on our staff. And, I'm just so thankful to work with him every day.
I think AD is actually one of the first people in here in the morning.
Yeah, he is. I think he beats me in every day. So it's just the dedication, and to put this program on is incredible. And the job he has running, running around, filing reports, and then also kind of overseeing all of this is not easy. So kudos to him, and thank you for that segment, and we will look forward to more and more education when it comes to veteran services in the county. So now we turn to Dakota's forecast. I know I cut you off going to that break, but it's going to warm up and then not so much.
Yeah, and actually before we go to weather, I have 2 tablets sitting here.
He does. He's important.
So,
this is Ryan's.
This is actually Ryan's. He left it here, so I could take it home with me. Let's take a look at that Quick Solutions 7-day, one final time. And you will see that below average temperatures will continue throughout much of the week, but that turnaround becomes Friday and Saturday. There's going to be a warm front passing just to our south. Now, the computer models are trying to spike us into the lower 70s, but I kind of think that's a bit stretched. We might be held down into the upper 60s both days, but who cares? I mean, that's going to be great. The average high is around 51, so that's going to feel great. But Yeah, looking long range out over the next 8 to 14 days, it looks like we go back down to below average temperature. So if you're looking for long-term warmth, wait until May. That's my advice.
Last year, if I recall, it was pretty warm.
Yeah.
So this is not unusual?
No. I mean, March and April are the two biggest wild card months out of the entire year because anything goes. We could have a hurricane. Who knows around here.
All right, Dakota, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We are back tomorrow. In the meantime, follow us at WNYNewsNow.com. Our Ryan Hedrick's in the newsroom right now, feverishly working on all the stories that we just went over. And we will see you later. Have a good day.
See you tomorrow.